Kelly Moore has been a Toastmaster since May of 2017 and is part of District 84 in Florida. She has served as a club president, vice president of education, membership, and vice president of public relations. Kelly also served as district social media chair and area director and club coach. As area director, her area was distinguished. She also helped the club obtain President's Distinguished when she served as president, and the club she coached became distinguished. Kelly became a distinguished Toastmaster in 2020. She's also involved in her area and a local Chamber of Commerce and referral networking group. She serves as treasurer at her local Chamber of Commerce and is in leadership in her referral group. Kelly also serves on the finance team at her local church. Her 10 to 20-minute presentation is about networking and Toastmasters. The goal is to encourage members to share their positive Toastmasters experience along with ideas to promote and grow their clubs. Please welcome my first mentee, distinguished Toastmaster, Kelly Moore.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests. It's a privilege to be here in Oregon. It's a beautiful place. So it's nice with the technology that I can be across the country, almost as far away from you other than Alaska. And yet I have the privilege to be here. So what I'm going to talk about today, and this is just my professional headshot, and this is my phone number and email address. Happy to make any connections after the meeting if there's anything I can do to help. Helping to grow membership is something that I have a true passion for. Next slide, please, Fred. I'm going to talk about 3 things today. I'm going to talk about why we should network. The bulk of the presentation is going to be some helpful tips and ways to promote Toastmasters in your daily life. And the third part is how your story is powerful and not pompous. Fred, next slide, please. So why do we network? Why do we put ourselves out there in uncomfortable situations? Well, I believe that it boils down to these 3 reasons. 1, it helps to build your visibility and credibility. The more that you're out in the public eye, the more people see you, they start to get to know you, and then they'll start to like you, and then they'll start to trust you. As Fred mentioned in my introduction, I'm involved in a few other organizations other than Toastmasters. One of them is a referral networking organization by the name of BNI, Business Network International. And one of their themes, which I borrowed for this presentation, is visibility plus credibility equals profitability. Now that's an organization where the driving theme is building your business through referrals. Toastmasters is a different organization, but I will say that in Toastmasters, I've not come across an organization with a more diverse group of people that I normally wouldn't come across in my day-to-day operations in my business. So that I'm very thankful for that. But as I've been more involved in Toastmasters, I've built visibility from being present, from serving in leadership positions, because a great way to change how things are going when you're involved in an organization, if you're not happy with it, get involved with leadership. And as a result of that, in my Toastmasters training, not only serving in leadership, but all the skills that I've developed as being a Toastmaster, it's helped me to be more credible. And it's helped me not only professionally, but it's also helped me personally. Number 2, as a natural side effect, being involved in Toastmasters and networking is going to help you expand your network and your confidence. I am an outside salesperson. I work for a company where I am in and out of businesses all day long, an average of 8 to 15 businesses per day. If I wasn't confident in my speaking, if I wasn't a good listener, listening to the needs of my potential clients, I wouldn't be very good at my sales job. Last year, I was the number 2 sales rep in the company. So you can bet your bottom dollar, Toastmasters was a big part of that. And also networking, yes, it helps yourself, but it also helps others. And I'm going to borrow one more phrase from the referral network organization, BNI, Giver's Gain. And the motivation is if you're giving and helpful to others, it's only natural that they're going to want to help you. Next slide, please, Fred. The next few slides, I'm going to give a few tips on how to promote Toastmasters. And if you like, there is a document that I have put together that I've used at a previous training for Toastmasters in the Florida area. I've sent the document to Fred. So you're more than happy to share the document, Fred, if you'd like. But here's a few ways that I've come across that are the top 11 ways that I feel is the best way to network and promote Toastmasters for organic growth. I think the number one way is to have a personal invite. I was invited to a Toastmasters meeting 7 years ago, May of 2017, by someone that I was in another organization with. And he just casually asked me, "Hey, are you looking to improve your speaking skills?" And I thought about it and I said, "Sure, I'm a salesperson. I need to be a good speaker to get my point across and get more sales." So in the beginning of my Toastmasters journey, it was more for selfish reasons, but I went to a meeting and I fell in love. It was like an extended family. So the culture of the club is very important. And you can have the same culture in a virtual, a hybrid, or an in-person meeting. It's all about the people. It's all about the atmosphere. Jumping into the Zoom meeting, I was immediately greeted and welcomed, and that makes such a big difference. Another way to promote Toastmasters is other networking organizations. Fred mentioned in my introduction, I'm part of my local church, local chamber of commerce, a referral networking group. There's so many ways to interconnect the organizations that you're a part of. And as you get to know people and you're coming across your day-to-day, public speaking is such a big fear. This organization, for a very nominal fee, helps people overcome those fears. And for those of you that have been in Toastmasters for more than a month or two, you see people really flourish and grow and develop. It's really amazing. You see people transform. Number 3, for those of you that are working and not retired, promoting Toastmasters at your job is great. Even if you have an organization or if you've ever been part of a corporate club, there is ways to promote the job. You can put a flyer about Toastmasters in the break room. If you win an award for the best speaker or best table topics or best evaluator, hang the ribbon at your cubicle or desk. When you receive educational awards, that's a great thing to hang up. That's only going to pique someone's interest, and they're going to want to ask you, say, what's that award? What did you do? When I completed education awards right up to my distinguished Toastmaster, Toastmasters International would send me the certificate, but they also had the option to send it to my sales manager. So that helps me and makes me look more credible. Do you know of a coworker at your job that has an upcoming presentation? You can plan ahead and invite them to a meeting to practice and help them get positive feedback. I've sponsored 3 members into Toastmasters by doing this. Now, it's not an official thing that you can do, but if you have the room in your agenda, of course, your members have first priority of speaking, but an upcoming coworker that has a presentation coming up, invite them to practice. They'll get some exposure, they'll get some positive feedback in a safe space, and listen for coworkers that have a presentation coming up, just got promoted. That's things you can listen in your daily conversations at work. Fred, you can move to the next slide, please. A simple way that's helped me get some visitors to a meeting is putting Toastmasters in my email signature. This seems like such a simple thing to do, but it is very effective. And if you see my email signature here, I have my name, my contact information, the other organizations locally that I'm involved in, but that's a conversation starter without even realizing it. A lot of people that I come across have heard of Toastmasters, but a lot of people haven't. They'll say, well, what's a DTM? Distinguished Toastmaster. What's Toastmasters? Or, oh, I was in Toastmasters years ago. I'd love to get back involved. I recently had someone in my referral group come and visit my club, or planning to rather. Just seeing that in my email signature when I sent him an email. It's such a simple thing. Very simple. Next slide, please. Thank you. Some other ways to promote Toastmasters. Social media. This is especially true for hybrid and virtual clubs, but for in-person as well. Things to think about. Does your club have a Facebook page, an Instagram account? If you don't, I would recommend getting one. Updating your club website. Are you posting about your meetings being fun? You could post members having awards, receiving awards. You always want to post positive and supportive things. We never want to post anything negative. If you see your division in your district posting great things that are happening on their Facebook page, if a local club is having an open house, promote and post those things to help your members and help your district and help your division. I mentioned the club website. That's a great place. There's a great tool called Free Toast Host. You can update your club website. You can put your members, you can put their photos. Those are great ways to promote your club. And something else, even though you're in a hybrid or virtual club, there's community boards all around your community, your local libraries, your local churches. People are looking for ways to connect, especially since more people have gone back to in-person. People are looking for ways to get back out there again. On a side note, I had a Pampered Chef party at my house a few months ago. It was a brunch, and it was great to see people connecting. And there was one person that attended, and she said, I haven't been out, I feel like, in 3 years. So people are looking to get out and just meet people. Post a flyer about the open house. You can do it virtually. You can do it on community boards, but of course, ask permission. Next slide, Fred. Something great that Toastmasters allows you to do is a press release. So if you go to the Toastmasters corporate website, you can fill out a press release. For instance, when you're planning your next open house, you can send a press release. Local newspapers love local stories. They eat that stuff up. So send them a press release in advance. And after the event happens, you can send a photo, maybe a photo of the speaker, a photo of someone getting an award, a photo of a member that's receiving an education award. Local newspapers love to promote local things that are happening in the community. It's very easy to do, and it's free. Another great thing is to have a guest speaker. I don't say this to toot my own horn, but I appreciate the invite here this evening. It's a privilege and a pleasure to speak outside of my district in Florida. This is a great opportunity I would not have had if we didn't have this virtual setting and a time difference of 3 hours. So this is a wonderful untapped opportunity, I feel. Maybe get your district director or someone in another district that does a lot of public speaking. That's a great way to promote and get people in the door, whether virtually or in person. If you have an upcoming fair or community event in your local community, you can set up a table. I believe Toastmasters is considered a nonprofit, so some businesses, organizations will offer discounts to nonprofits. Sometimes a table is as little as $25, which half of a membership would cover that cost. So that's another suggestion. Be involved with your local chamber of commerce. You can join as a club. You can look and see in your community if Toastmasters is a member. And if not, you can be a guest at an upcoming event, especially if there's an open house. You can make it a community announcement at a chamber of commerce event. And so those are a couple suggestions there. Fred, next slide, please. So share your personal story. I think that's one of the most important things you can do. I gave a lot of ideas on things you can do, but sharing your personal story and a testimony is the most powerful thing and best way to encourage someone to come to a meeting and check it out. It's my personal story. I was invited 7 years ago by someone that I was in a networking group with. I hardly gave a second thought to Toastmasters. When I visited my club, which I'm still a member of, my home club, I was wowed. I felt like it was a starstruck experience. Everyone was welcoming, it wasn't cliquey, and I love the fact that it was a safe space. And 7 years later, it's helped me so much from a leadership standpoint. It's helped me professionally, it's helped me personally. I've been able to mentor some other people and watch them grow. But I love the fact that your story changes. Don't be afraid to share a powerful testimonial, and it's okay to be a little bit pompous about it and be confident and be excited. When you're excited, people will be excited and they'll want to be a part of it. They'll want the magic. So don't hesitate to share why you're in Toastmasters and how it's helped you. When I worked for another organization 15 years ago, I was terrible at leadership. My employees walked all over me, not physically, but literally. But because of this organization, now I serve in leadership in 2 other organizations, and I'm a fair and respected leader because of that. And I have Toastmasters to thank for that. Next slide, please. So we talked a little bit today about why networking is important. We talked quite a bit about how to promote Toastmasters in your daily life, and a friendly reminder that your story is powerful. Don't be afraid or hesitate to share it. People want to know, they want to hear something encouraging. Next slide, please. So this will conclude my presentation for this evening. And again, my name is Kelly Moore. I'm out of District 84 in Florida. This is my phone number and email address. I'd love to connect with anyone outside of the meeting or offline, or answer any questions you have. If there's anything I can do to help, I'm thrilled and privileged to be here and happy to help. I'll pass it back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.